decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to.
Hello. Welcome to my channel Judge All Nation. In this video, Christian Prince will make understanding and education about Islam to all Muslims. Also, Christian Prince educates Muslims that in the Lord Jesus there is truth and no other. Now let's take a look and see what Christian Prince will tell you by arguing with Muslims. Enjoy watching this video and God bless you.
And have him to join us. I will call you, my friend. Let me know if the sound of the sky is coming to you guys. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend, how are you doing?
Fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. So you are a Muslim, you would like to discuss with me about Islam?
Yes, of course. Why not? But my English is not very good, but I will try my level best.
All right, let me ask first people in the chat. Guys, do you hear his voice clearly? Is his voice coming to you? Can you talk, please, my friend? Can you
my voice is clear?
Yeah, let us see what they say. You hear him? All right. So, you know, we are talking about destiny, so maybe you can help us about it. What is destiny in Islam, if you don't mind?
Destiny is a paradise or whatever. It depends that what do you do in this world. So that's our destiny.
Paradise? What does that mean?
Yes, paradise, hell, that's the destiny.
But this is not what Islam believes. Islam believes that your destiny is something written for you before Allah created you. Something you have to do, right?
No. You have to understand the ideology of Islam. Because in our ideology, God is all-knowing. So if He is all-knowing, so He must know the future of all mankind. It doesn't mean that if He knows anything, it will how to say in English. If He knows anything, so it doesn't mean that that's your actual, how to say that. That doesn't mean interference. Yes, you can say like that.
All right. Do you know, do you have knowledge about your Quran?
Yes.
If something bad happened to somebody, like somebody killed somebody, is that destiny from Allah, or it was a choice for the killer to kill?
Allah knows that you will kill.
No, I'm not asking if Allah knows. I'm saying, is it a choice of the killer to kill, or a choice, or a choice only for Allah?
No, it's a choice of killer.
So it's not the will of Allah.
No, Allah knows. Will and knows is two different things.
Let us leave the word knows around for now. Focus with me with the word will. So can you confirm for me that this is not the will of Allah?
Allah's already guided us in Quran.
No. This is not my friend. My friend, I don't know what to call you. What's your name?
Waqash. You can call me. My actual name is Waqash.
Waqash. Okay.
Waqash. W-A-Q-A-S.
Yeah, this is coming from Arabic name. Waqash. You mean Waqash?
Yeah. You.
Okay.
Waqash. Okay.
So if I do something bad to somebody, was it my choice to do it, or it was approved by Allah?
It's your choice.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Not right now.
All right. Do you have your Quran with you?
No problem. Okay, just tell.
All right. So in chapter 64, if you open your Quran, verse number 11, can you tell me what this verse is saying?
Okay, chapter 64,
verse number 11.
verse number
11.
verse number 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No misfortune ever befalls unless it be by Allah's leave. And whosoever has faith in Allah, Allah directs his heart along the right path. Allah has knowledge of everything. Yeah, what's the problem here?
Well, I ask you, is it the will of Allah? You said no. You said it's your decision. But the verse here saying
Yeah.
clearly, anything bad happen in this earth happen by the will of Allah and the decision of Allah, not your decision.
Yeah. Okay. Here is not about the decision. Here is about the faith. If you believe on Allah, then you have to follow the Quran, and if you follow the Quran, then you have a right path.
So it's about
this is
faith.
not about the destiny. This verse is not about destiny.
I see. So it's about fate, but not about destiny.
No. Actually, you are talking about destiny, but you just put that ayah in front of me, which is not about the destiny.
Who said so? It says it clearly. Nothing bad happened in this earth except by the will of Allah. So how you say this is not destiny?
Okay.
And I'm reading the Muslim translation saying divine predeterminate, before like you exist, if you can see the screen. So this is a decision made by Allah before even He created you.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, we have to conclude this ayah, then we will go to another ayah.
No problem.
So here is, okay, this verse have two portions. One portion is about he's telling about the disasters happen in this world. So what's the problem?
If I kill somebody, isn't that a disaster to him and his family?
No, natural disaster.
Well, no, this is not about national disaster. You are making things up. Can you open the interpretation for the verse?
Okay, so if you go back to the 10th verse, here he is talking about the people who will not believe. What happens to them? So clearly the context clearly tells that this is about afterlife. This is not in this life. Because if you go to the ayah number 10, okay, maybe you can open the ayah number 10 if you have.
All right. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, so I just want to open the English. Wait a minute. Okay, so here we go. And those who disbelieve and reject our revelations, it is they who are the inmates of hell, its permanent residents. And what an evil abode that is. So this one is the 10th ayah. So it means that this context not belong to this world. This context, this ayah belongs to the afterlife. So what's the problem here?
No, my friend. Afterlife is not a musibah. Afterlife, you Muslim will go to heaven, and this verse is not even about those who don't believe.
Who said that all the Muslims will? Okay. Who said that all the Muslims go to heaven?
The books of tafsir. Aren't you a Muslim and you have books of tafsir?
Yeah.
Okay. What tafsir you like to read?
Any tafsir, no problem.
Okay. In fact, this verse here, because the non-believer, they said, well,
actually, I'm not seeing. Actually, the problem is, brother, that if you want to present something in front of me, I need your video or maybe something that you can open it for me. That it will be easy.
You can see you can see my screen, don't you? I have it on YouTube in the screen.
Oh, okay. I am connecting with my cell phone, but
no problem.
yet now I don't have. a laptop here, so that's why I have a problem to.
You can open the interpretation, or as an example, Ibn Kathir or Al-Qurtubi. In fact,
No problem.
the kuffar, they were saying, well, if the Muslims are the people of Allah, well, how come Allah don't protect them? So Allah, He answered them that any bad things happen to anyone, it is by the permission of Allah. So this verse is specifically speaking about the Muslims, not afterlife.
Okay. So it means in this tafsir, this is a different version. You can say it. In this tafsir, he is not saying that Allah will do that. Here is clearly mentioned that Allah's permission. For example, if you, I just want to give an example. If your school make a rule, okay, do this thing. So it means your school permitted it, but it doesn't mean that your school is doing that thing. So, what's the problem here?
You see, you just agreed with me without knowing.
Allah can stop it. Allah can't stop it, but He will not do that.
Yeah,
it's against His laws, His rules.
Okay, all right. But what you did now, you agreed with me. You said Allah will. It's Allah. He have to approve the bad thing to happen to you. Correct?
No, not prove.
To what?
He didn't stop that. He didn't stop that.
He didn't stop that?
Yes, of course, because you have to read first. You have to understand the ideology of Islam. We are here for a test. We are here for an exam. This is our purpose of life, that we have to spend according to the rules, laws, and regulation which Allah gives us. Because this universe He creates, and He knows how we can live here. So if, for example,
I'm listening. Your voice is going.
Okay, now my voice is clear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is here we are on exam. So Allah will not stop anything. This is His how can I say that? This is His laws and rules. For example, you see that if you are a Christian, I listen a lot of time that Christian will always use the word that our God is loving. But if we see the disasters in this world, then we cannot find a loving God in this universe or in this world. So it means that if there is a God, then He will not stop something which happens here, because it's our exam.
Okay. I'm going to go with you. Did Allah write, let us say you get sick. Did Allah write for you in His book that this person will get sick and he will die? Or it's up to you to get sick?
No. Actually, you are claiming a different interpretation from the
I'm not claiming, my friend. I'm not claiming. I'm asking you. If you get sick, you as a Muslim, because you are the one who mentioned disaster on this earth. So if you get sick,
brother, Allah knows, and whatever He knows, He write down.
Oh, whatever He knows, He write down. So He don't decide for you if you will be happy or sad.
No, he will not decide, but He knows what happens in the next moment.
I see. I thought He would decide for you. Thank you for correcting me. Are you sure from that?
Yes, of course.
Like, did you study Islam in school? How come you know too much?
That's another question. I think that that's my personal matter.
Okay.
If you have any query, you can talk with me.
Yeah, sure. I'm learning from you. Let us see together what your prophet said about this, because all what you said to me have nothing to do with Islam, and you know nothing about Islam. This is your prophet. This is your prophet, and don't tell me now your prophet did not know, and you know better. Remember, already you confirmed to me that you are right and you know a lot, and I'm learning from you. So, and I ask you, is it Is it your God before he created, when he created you, decide for you to be happy or not, sad or not? You said no, 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 no. So here we go. This is your prophet, and I'm going to quote a da'if hadith, if you don't mind, because I like da'if hadith. This
No,
hadith here.
you know very well why I cannot accept it, because
Why?
if you know the rulings or rulings of the Zaif hadith, because Zaif hadith, the chain of the narrators are sometimes in the Zaif hadith, the chain of narrators are not complete, or maybe some liar person involved in this hadith. So it may be difficult. Maybe you can say hadith, you can put in front of me, so it will be easy for both of us.
Did you say there's a liar?
I said maybe sometimes in some hadith, some liars also present. So whenever our muhaddisin, we call them muhaddisin, who investigate the ahadith, so they even though they spend their whole life for this purpose, that we can get the original ahadith. So we know very well that what happens with Islamic.
But you know, this about, you said investigate, and I like, you know, I like to watch a movie about investigation. But how somebody live today, he can investigate what Prophet Muhammad said 1400 years ago?
No. Then you don't know about the muhaddisin. Who are the muhaddisin?
Tell me.
Okay. So they are from around about after the death of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, around about for 60 to 70 years, they start to investigate those ahadith, that who was the correct one and which was the wrong one, and they travel here and there, and then they collected it. So after a while, around about a 200 years period, then it will compiled in a book like that.
Oh, okay. You know, who is the most famous one who investigated the hadith? Do you know the name?
No, actually, I like to, if you have hadith like Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim, because these two persons have a how to say that, they have a strict criteria for hadith and best criteria for hadith.
I see. So
most of the scholars also disagree with them because of their strict rules and regulations.
So you are saying Al-Bukhari, he was one of the greatest investigator for the hadith?
I'm saying that one of the, because he was not the investigator, he just make some, you know, some rules, and then he will check the ahadith, and he so many hadiths he rejected because of his rules.
So what if he fabricate his own rules?
Okay, let's see. This is another matter. Sometime, if you want.
Well, anyway, Al-Bukhari, the one you asked for him, he never saw your prophet. He never witnessed your prophet. He never saw any of the companions. So how he can witness for what the prophet said? And not only that, there's no book. My friend, there's no book called Al-Bukhari. Do you know that?
My brother, do you saw Jesus?
Yeah, but we don't say we investigate the chain of narration all the way to Jesus. No, we have, listen, my friend. It's you Muslims. It's you. No, we have the Bible. We have the Bible. This is the book of God. This is not a hadith. So you Muslims, you collect stories about your prophet 1400 years after, and you say it is correct. Anyway, just to show you that everything you said have nothing to do really with proving what I'm going to say to you. Because the hadith I'm going to show you is Al-Bukhari. It is Sahih. So now what you would do, you have to accept. Here we go. Al-Bukhari said, and this is the hadith.
I will accept it, no problem. Okay. Even though if you will quote a Zaif hadith, I will see the reference and then I will talk, no problem. Actually, I just want to clear one thing, that is this your criteria? If you cannot see someone or you cannot meet someone, then you have not to accept that person.
It is you Muslims who say that, because simply you Muslim, you say, how come you accept the Bible if it's written 40 years? 40. No, hold on. Let me answer you. My friend, let me answer you, please. Let me answer you. So you say,
Yeah.
how come you accept the book of John if written 40 years after Jesus? Well, you Muslims, your Quran, we don't even have Quran. You collect the Quran by Uthman after Muhammad, and then we don't have the book of Uthman. We don't even have
Who said
recitation
to
of
you?
Uthman. Yes, you don't.
Who
You
said to
have
you?
you have
Who
recitation
said to
of
you?
Hafs. You have recitation
No,
of
no.
Hafs, and Hafs was
Okay, this is
exist.
another.
Hafs, my friend,
This
Hafs
is
exist
a linguistic matter.
200
Okay.
years after. Hafs exists 200 years after
Brother,
your prophet. Al-Bukhari
dear
is the
brother,
same. Al-Bukhari,
dear brother,
he came to
dear brother.
existence after the 18th centuries. So he never saw your
Okay.
prophet. He never witnessed your
Now,
prophet. So
now you start commentary.
how he can check the
Brother,
chain of narration?
you start commentary. Is it good?
Huh?
You start the commentary. Is it good?
What commentary?
Yeah, you just talk about this is okay. Wait a minute.
No, I'm
I
using your
just want.
logic. I'm using your logic. So let us go to the topic. Your prophet said,
No, no.
at
First of all,
every womb, Allah appoint
brother.
an angel who says, "O Lord, a drop of semen, O Lord, a clot of a blood, O Lord,
Okay.
a lump of a flesh." And then, if Allah wish to complete its creation, He create. And then the angel will ask, "O Allah, will it be male or female? Oh, like
Okay.
wicked,
We will talk
wicked or
a
blessed?"
lot of time.
How
I talk
much?
about this,
How
man.
much? No, no, this is not about knowing. He would decide how long he will live. He will decide his provision. He will decide he be sad or happy. This is what is going to be written as destiny.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. First of all, I want to, because you have a lot of claims, so I hope that you can give me a chance to answer those questions.
Sure, sure.
Thank you, brother. First of all, you said that about Al-Hafs Quranic version. It's a linguistic matter, brother. Can you understand the linguistic matter?
Really, what is that?
Okay. So, for example, if I speak word COLOR, color, COLOUR, color, both are same or different?
But this is what I'm talking about, my friend. I'm
No,
saying
no.
that the Quran you have, my friend. I'm not
This is the
saying
issue. You talk
I'm not
about
saying
Allah.
about I'm not talking about different Quran. I'm saying that the
Okay.
Quran you recite today is a recitation of a guy. His name is Hafs. You don't even have his book. You don't have the book of
Okay.
Uthman. You don't
Okay.
have the book of
Okay.
Muhammad. You don't have the
Okay,
Quran of
brother.
Fatima. You don't have the
All the
Quran of
Muslims,
anybody. So you don't even have a Quran. You
brother.
don't have a book. And
I even can't answer properly your one claim. Can you give me a chance to speak?
when you are talking, you gave me the microphone you asked me a question. I took the microphone to talk to you, and now you're complaining.
Okay, brother. Number two, you said that you don't have a Quranic scripture from Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam life.
What Hazrat mean?
Yes.
What Hazrat mean?
Yeah.
What Hazrat mean?
Okay, husband. Okay, I because actually I'm from Pakistan, so we use the
Yeah,
word Hazrat. No problem.
yeah. But
So,
Hazrat is equal to Mister. Are you calling your prophet Mister Muhammad?
no problem. Mr. is a respected word.
Oh,
You
okay, okay,
all
Mister
English
Muhammad.
people use the Mr. word. What's the problem?
I see. Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Mr. David, Mr. So, is there any problem with Mr. word?
Yeah, because according to Muslim, you should not say Mister Muhammad. You should say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Mr. If you give some respect to someone, you use the word Mr.
I can use
Am
the
I
word
right?
Mister to make fun of somebody in the same time.
Okay, so it depends upon the person's.
No problem, no problem. So let us go. Let us go. So you don't have a Quran, you don't have a manuscript, you don't have a single book. And now you have a recitation coming from a guy, his name is Hafs, and the Muslim they
Okay,
say
I
that
hope.
Hafs
Okay,
was a liar. And you are the one who said to me, we have to check the chain of
out
narration
of
to
this.
be sure the hadith is not da'if. You will notice that
Okay,
Hafs, that not a single hadith he mentioned is accepted by Muslims. Hafs himself,
okay,
his hadith is rejected. So how you accuse him to be a liar when he say hadith and you accept the Quran from him?
Okay, first of all, actually you have a lot of claims, but you cannot give me a chance to explain all of the
Go ahead,
problems.
explain, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, you said that you don't have a proof of Quran. So I think that you are a good person and justice person. You do justice, and you are also a Christian. So do you have all the manuscripts from Jesus?
We have, Jesus never wrote a book. Never.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you
Okay.
say, do you have a manuscript from
Prophet
Jesus?
Muhammad also never wrote a book. Prophet Muhammad also never wrote a book.
Okay, who is the one who's supposed to make the Quran? Muhammad or somebody else?
Okay, so you first of all, my brother, you have to understand the history. At that time, we had a lot of, you know, how to say that, we have not a papers. We have at that time we have not so much.
So how
established.
your prophet, he sent a letter to the king of the Roman in Jerusalem? He don't have papers? Who said so?
No,
Isn't it your
okay,
prophet?
no
He sent a
problem.
letter.
If you will, okay, if you will, you can give me the evidence that it is written on paper. Maybe I think it is written on skin or
Okay.
something, maybe
Well,
made by something else.
skin is the same as paper. Who care? So my friend, listen. Who is the one should
Okay.
collect? Who is the one should make the Quran? Put it in a book. Is it Muhammad? Is
Yeah.
it Allah? Is it the companion? Is it you?
Okay. So you have read another ahadith about the completion of Quran.
I'm asking you. I did not read yet.
Okay. So if you see the ahadith from Bukhari, Muslim, from everywhere, you can find that how the Quran compiled. So
How?
first of all, revelation. Okay, wait a minute. So now I want to explain. First of all, revelations. So Allah's apostle cannot write or read something. So he just say, and most of the companions of Prophet Muhammad who can write, they can write down, and whoever want to just learn from her, they learn it, hifz it, how to say it. Sorry for my English, but I try my level best to explain. So after that, when they write down, then one by one, Allah's apostle listen what they write, and they recheck each other, and that's how it happens. And after when all the revelations come,
Yeah.
then he compiled one Quran. They have not a lot of, you know, at that time they have not lot. That day was not like today, that we just made a book and write down. It was very difficult at that era. It needs a lot of expenses to make one book, especially if you want to make. So at that time, they make one book, and from that book, after when Islamic, rulers have money comes, how to say it, that when they have a lot of land, so then they write down the copies. So it is mentioned, everything is mentioned in ahadith.
All right. So let us make it clear then. The one who collected the Quran is the companion of the Prophet, right? Not Allah.
Yes, Allah. No, what does it mean? Not Allah.
Well, I mean, did Allah is the one who put the Quran together after he sent it to Muhammad?
No, he make the how to say that, he make the atmosphere.
Okay, he make the atmosphere. But the Quran said, "Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu." So Allah, he promised in the Quran that it is on him, not on anyone, to collect the Quran and to put it
Yes,
together.
of course.
Not of
Yes, of
course.
course.
No,
So
a
it
second
happened.
ago, listen, my friend. A second ago, I asked you, is it Allah or the companion you said? Well, no, not Allah. Now you are saying, of course. Just because it's in the Quran says, in a second, that you change your mind? I asked you clearly, who is the one
I said
supposed to
already,
collect the
it
Quran?
creates atmosphere.
No, my friend. I asked you, it's recorded.
Situation.
It's recorded. It's
It creates
recorded.
situation,
I
atmosphere.
asked you, Who is the one who collected the Quran? Is it Allah or the companion? You said of course not Allah.
I said already, I said, if you talk about this world, yes, of course, we human did, but Allah create atmosphere, situations.
This
Can
is
you
not this is
understand that?
not what the Quran saying. The Quran saying it is for us, Muhammad. Don't rush with it. You do not need to write it. Don't rush with it. It is for
Okay.
us.
So do you know?
Chapter 75,
No,
verse number
no problem.
17, and you can open it. You can read the interpretation. No
I know
problem.
very well what you are talking about. I know very well. Okay. Yes.
You know what? You know what is that? You know it?
Okay. So if you want to think about that, okay, Allah will not say that I will do it by myself.
No, that's what he's
So
saying.
it's a silly question because I can give you the answer. It's a metaphoric statement. Can you understand?
So when Allah he said he will collect the Quran, it's a metaphorical? I thought he have the Quran already.
Your Bible have a
He have the
metaphoric statement for
Quran.
that.
No, he said it's
Your
on
Bible
us to
have a
collect
metaphoric
it.
statement for that.
What?
Okay, so for example, if in your book, if somewhere Jesus said or a God said that I am a stone, so it means he is a stone.
But this is not about he's saying he's a stone. He's talking about a book which is not written yet. So he's saying he will collect the Quran. Okay, explain to me what he meant metaphorically. No problem.
Okay,
So
I am
Allah,
telling
my friend, Allah already have a book in his in heaven. He have a book. It's called the Quran, according to Muslim, correct? So he have a book in heaven. Now he send verses to Muhammad, and now he is saying to Muhammad, it is on us to collect the verses we send to you. Explain that metaphorically for me.
Okay, so I have already tell you that he creates the atmosphere. He creates the situations.
What situation? He gave him Quran. What situation? He gave him the
No,
Quran.
because
And now he is saying,
okay.
he said, I will collect it. He didn't say, I will make your companion after you die collect it. He did not say, you write it. He said, I will collect it. Is Muhammad and Allah is one?
What does it mean? What does it
You
mean?
tell me, open the interpretation. It says, Allah will collect the Quran. Allah will collect the Quran. As simple as that. Inna alayna jam'uhu wa Qur'anahu.
Okay. So what happens here?
You tell me. You told me it's a metaphorical. Tell me what does that mean? You keep telling me atmosphere. He is talking about Quran. What atmosphere?
Okay.
I will collect the Quran.
Okay. Can you tell me the verse number? Okay. I can explain it to you. Can you tell me the verse number?
Chapter 75, verse number 17.
Okay, wait a minute.
So you are answering me, with my friend, without knowing what chapter we are talking about, what verse? I mean, you must be
No problem.
you must be a big
I know
sheikh.
this. Wait a minute, brother. I know this ayah, but I don't know the exact verses.
Oh, okay.
So what's the problem? Chapter 17. I never says that I am a Hafiz Quran.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. Chapter 17, ayah number?
Chapter 75, verse number
Chapter
17.
75.
Verse number
Ayah
17.
number?
Verse number 17.
Verse number 17. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for delay. I'm just.
No problem. Don't worry.
Okay. So here we go. That lo upon us reset the putting together thereof and the reading thereof. Okay. So here is I want to see the 16 ayah. No issue. Okay. So it become easy to understand the context as well.
Okay.
Okay, so can you open verse number 16?
It is, yeah, it's in front of me. I did read this verse for you already.
Okay, so can you read it?
Yeah. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به. Do you understand what I said?
Yeah, I am understanding, but your viewers, you have to talk in English so they can understand easily.
Oh, okay. So how Allah He spoke to you in Arabic then? how you can explain to me the Quran in what it's mean if you
Brother,
need to read the
please,
English?
first of all, okay. First of all, we have to conclude one issue, then we can go to another issue. No problem. I will give you the answer of that. No problem.
Okay, so you read it. As long you read, all what you need is the English, you read it, then go ahead. Read the English one. I thought you need my help in the Arabic, because I'm sure your English is better
No,
than mine.
maybe your followers can believe on you, so you can read it.
Okay, to move not your tongue concerning between two bracket the Quran, O Muhammad, to make haste therewith. Okay, and
So okay, so here you understand that there Allah explains easily. The context tells us that Allah is giving us, how to say that he is making atmosphere. He is making some climate that Quran will be safe in future. So it is a metaphorical
where is
statement.
going
If
to
you
be
want.
saved? Where is going to be saved? You keep saying Allah make it atmosphere.
Hurts.
What is
Okay,
the
okay.
what is the
That's
atmosphere?
another. Brother, which book is the most, how to say that, which book, or every, most of the people in this world, which book they already knows by their heart? Which one is the book?
Okay, so
Quran.
let me ask you, do you did
Billions
you
of people,
did
billions of people, they have a Quran in their heart.
nobody
So
have the
this,
Quran in his heart? Not a single one.
yeah.
No,
What do you
because
say?
each one of you have different Quran. The majority they have the Quran of Hafs. Nobody have the Quran of Allah. And now let me ask you: can Muhammad recite the Quran by his heart? Muhammad, your prophet himself.
Yes, of course.
Okay, if you read the interpretation, it says that Allah will save the Quran in the prophet heart. Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course. This is
Of
the
course.
situation Allah is creating.
Okay, so how the prophet he forget the Quran then?
Now you are talking about another verses.
No, no, we are not.
He,
We are not. We are not talking about. We are talking about the same thing. Your prophet himself cannot remember the Quran. So if the one who is the best one to recite the Quran, Muhammad. Muslims they learn the
no.
Quran.
No, can
Muslims
you
they
prove it?
learn the Quran from Muhammad.
Can you
So
prove
how
it
your prophet
that,
himself he forget the
okay,
Quran?
brother, again you are claiming a new thing. Can you prove it from ahadith, say ahadith?
Okay, I have so hadith. It's not da'if, it's not strong. It says here this hadith have corona.
Okay, so this is against this verse. So we have to reject this because of this. This hadith have no grade of Sahih. This is why they give the grade Hasan, because it is against the Quran.
So
So we will not accept.
if it's a corona hadith, is not accepted no more.
Of course, because it's clear cut and mentioned in Quran that Hazrat Muhammad's life is according to the Quran. It is mentioned in Quran.
So you will accept
So
it.
don't
You will
worry,
accept it
brother.
only if it is sahih.
Yeah, no, I can accept Hassan, but if it is not contradict with Quran,
So
that's the issue.
are you saying to me, you Muslim, you write hadith against the Quran?
Do you know why they give the this hadith Hassan? Why they give this hadith a grade Hassan?
Where it says
Why they
Hassan?
not giving this?
Where it says
Yes.
Hassan? I did not say the word Hassan.
Okay, so which hadith you are?
What? By the way, what Hassan mean? What Hassan mean?
Okay, Hassan means Hassan sometimes is Sahih, sometimes is Zaif. Sometimes his some context is right, some context is against the different Sahih hadith. For
Okay.
example, if I have two hadiths, one is Sahih, another is Hassan. Some context is matching and another is contradictory. So it means that this is not correct.
I see. So if this hadith is authentic, we will
And
accept it.
not yet finished here. Also, in again, we have to first of all we have to see the chain of narrators. Which one are the?
Yeah, I lost you.
Hello.
Yeah, I go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we have to see that which chain of narrators are the true people. Their lives. We have to see their lives.
I
That
see.
around the people, they are saying if he is a good person, he never lies. So this is how it works about hadith.
Oh, okay.
It's a complicated and
Yeah. So,
complicated.
so just a conclusion. If this hadith is sahih, we have to accept it. If not, then not. Correct?
No, if it not contradicts Quran, then we
So,
have to accept it.
so how the hadith is called authentic if it contradicts the Quran? Then how you call it authentic? Then I thought if the hadith is authentic, that means it is true, and it's
Okay,
authentic. That's why
can
you
you
call it authentic.
okay?
So how you say
Can
to
you give
me
me the
it
number
is
of okay?
authentic and then it's contradict the Quran, so we reject it.
Okay, okay. No. I told you before that this is not the one issue. This is a issue, but this is not only a one issue. We can see a whole picture. For example, we have to see the chain of narrators. We have to see the Sahih Ahadi.
I know, I
If
know.
some
You told me
Sahih
that. You told me
Ahadith
that
is
already, my friend. You told me that already. You don't repeat yourself.
okay,
I'm saying if the hadith is already called authentic, if the scholars they say the hadith is authentic and this hadith contradicts the Quran, how it is authentic yet contradict the Quran?
I cannot understand what you are saying.
I will explain to you again. If we have a hadith and this hadith it says it is authentic,
Okay,
not so, not maybe, authentic. And then this
okay,
hadith, this authentic hadith, contradict the Quran. Can we accept the
okay.
hadith which is authentic, which means it's true? The Prophet he said that.
Okay, no problem. If his all the things are okay, if all the rules and regulations are fine, then you can give me any hadith, no problem.
All right. So if the hadith contradict the Quran, then I can give you
No,
any
no,
hadith.
don't worry, don't worry. If you have a authentic hadith, it will not never contradict with Quran. No problem. Tell me.
It never contradict, or even if it's contradict.
Yeah, what do you say?
You said you accept authentic hadith which contradict the Quran.
I said that you will not give me authentic hadith which contradicts Quran. No problem. Tell me.
Okay, wonderful,
Which
wonderful,
hadith?
wonderful. Well, here we go. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. It says, Allah messengers heard a man reciting the Quran at night, and he said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him. And then he says, this guy, he said, he remind me of verses such and such, which I forgot. I was caused to be forgot. So a Muslim man, he reminded your prophet of verses he totally forgot.
Okay, can you give me the reference of that hadith? I want
Hadith
to open it.
Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 5038.
Okay, Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number. Which hadith number can you tell me?
5038.
5038. Okay. Okay. So narrated Aisha, Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, as he has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs, which I was caused to forget. Okay, so what's the problem here? The here prophet is not saying, that person is saying. What's the problem?
No, the prophet saying that.
No, okay. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and
Yeah.
said, what he said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, comma. Can you understand? Comma.
Yeah,
As
comma.
he has reminded me of such and such verses, he first says that Allah, he is praising that Allah mercy on me. Then he said, why? Why Allah's mercy on him? Because as he has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs, which I was caused to forget. So here is not about talking about the prophet. Prophet was heard, not he heard a man reciting the Quran. So what's the issue here, brother?
Give me a second.
My English is not very good. I hope your English is very good, but how can you not understand that hadith?
My friend, let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
Your prophet, he heard a man reciting the Quran, and
Okay. At night.
he said, this man,
Who
may
said?
Allah, the prophet, he said,
No, that manna said. That person said. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said. Who
yeah,
said?
and
That person
no,
is saying.
no, my friend, the man is reciting the Quran. The one who said is the prophet.
Okay, I am again seeing Billayla Faqala Yarhamhu
I
Allahul
like your Arabic, man. You are so good in Arabic.
Surah Billayla Faqala. Okay, so brother, here we go. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, as he has reminded me of such and such verses. Okay, you are right. Here we go. Allah's messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night. Some person is reciting a Quran, and Allah's messenger says, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, that Allah will mercy on him, as he has reminded me. He never says, I forget. He said, he has reminded. It means he already knows. He already knows, but he reminded. Reminded doesn't mean forget.
Man, I thought he said he forgot. But you see, it says there, which I was
No, brother.
caused to be forget. Do you see it? What do you mean he did not say I forgot? It
Okay,
says
wait.
there, it
No problem.
says,
He
yeah.
has reminded me of, okay, no problem. He has reminded me of such and such verses, of such and such surah, which I was caused to forget. This means that at that moment, it
Oh,
doesn't mean he already forget. At that moment, he just, for example, if I am walking around and someone is reciting a Quran, some verses between the surah, and I don't know from which surah. So at that moment I just forget. Okay, this was that surah.
you know,
So it means
listen. So look what happened. Your prophet not only saying he forgot verses, he forgot surahs. So how many surahs your prophet he forgot and nobody remind him of it? Because if the prophet
no,
himself forgetting what Allah told him,
as he has reminded me of such and such verses, of
and
such
such
and such surahs.
surahs, okay, surahs, that means the whole chapter is
No,
gone.
no, no, not surahs. You have to read such and such verses of such and such surahs. Actually, he is
Okay, hold on.
reciting some verses
How
from many
many
surahs.
verses? How many verses? We do not know.
Here is not mentioned that how many verses
We do
or
not know.
everything is not
Maybe the
explained.
whole surah. But hold on. So did Allah promise Muhammad in the
Okay,
verse we saw
okay.
together?
Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you. Your interpretation and my interpretation both are accurate, but actual problem is that if this hadith is sahih, so it means I have to see all the situation here.
Well,
It is
it says
it.
Sahih already. We showed you that. This is Sahih Bukhari, my friend.
Yes. So again, I am saying that if it was against the Quranic verses, Bukhari will never mention that hadith. If he is mentioning here, so it means that situation was different. That was not your interpretation. That was my interpretation. That, for example, even you can think about that. For example, if I
Okay,
am
but
going,
do we agree?
I know a book.
Do we agree that your prophet he forgot some verses now?
No, he just at that moment
No
he
problem. At
forgot,
that
because he
moment, guys,
don't know.
okay, guys, it's at that moment. So do we agree, me and you, that at that moment your prophet you don't remember those verses?
So where? Okay, wait a minute, brother. You can't understand. If someone forget for the moment something, it doesn't mean he forgets always.
Well,
For example,
if he did not
for
forget
example,
always, if he did not forget always, my friend, if he did
listen,
not
listen,
forget
brother,
always, if he did not forget
brother,
always,
it happens
then there is
that
no need
even
for this
between,
drama. He knew it already. But
no problem,
he is
brother.
appreciating the man who reciting the verses. Muhammad, he cannot remember. And you will notice here it says, I caused to forget.
Okay, okay. I want to tell you. For example,
Who caused
that was
Muhammad?
a moment.
Who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran?
Okay, okay, okay. I will explain.
Okay,
That
okay.
was a movement. For example, if I know one book by my heart, I'm going, someone is reciting something from that book, but in the middle of that book. So sometimes I can also confuse. I can also forget, oh, from where this ayat is, or okay, from where he is quoting that thing. So I said, oh, okay, okay. Now I can understand. So it means that's a situation. Not you can put it that every time he forgets.
I don't know, my
If he
friend.
ever
I don't
yes, you
know.
have
I don't know why
you have
why you insulted the Prophet, peace be upon him, because you just said he is being confused. So Allah guidance was not with Muhammad, and he was confused by Allah. And then who is the one who made Muhammad forget the Quran?
Allah never says in the Quran anywhere that my prophet will never confuse. Even Allah explains a lot of
Did Allah
uh,
did Allah in the
okay,
Quran says anywhere Allah will never make Muhammad forget?
okay. Even Allah told us the stories about different prophets when they were in this world. They were confused sometimes because they are humans. If they are not confused, then they will be
Focus with me. Focus with me. Did
wait a
Allah
minute. I have
did
to complete
did
my answer. Please, I have to complete my answer.
okay, okay.
If a human
Human,
is
yeah.
perfect, then there is no mean that God is perfect. Because human can also be perfect. Okay?
Done?
I want to say, okay, my English is not good, I told you before. I want to say that in our ideology, only God is perfect.
All right,
No
okay.
human, no
All right.
creature can be perfect.
Okay, so listen. Let me repeat my question. Did
Hazrat
Allah
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
did
wasallam will be 100% perfect.
did
It
Allah
means then
My
then
friend,
then it
we are
means
not talking
then
about perfect. We are not talking about perfect. You are the one who said to me that millions and millions of Muslims they memorize the Quran.
if
So how
someone
come the
not
Prophet himself? How come the
okay.
Prophet did not memorize the Quran perfectly? It's you who mentioned that, not me. You said to me there's millions of Muslims they memorize the Quran word by word perfectly. So how come he is the Prophet and he cannot do what a Muslim kid can do?
Okay, so many times a lot of a big people who are best scholars, even though they are Hafiz the Quran, they sometimes they also forget, but it doesn't mean they are not Hafiz the Quran. Sometimes
No
for a
problem, but
moment.
how you can memorize the Quran from somebody he himself he forgot the Quran because we do not know how many verses he forgot and nobody heard him. So now we have a proof that Muhammad he do forget the Quran. And let me now make it simple for you. Did Allah
Hmm.
promise Muhammad that he will give him Quran and Muhammad will never forget in the Quran?
No problem, because whenever the recitations come, always a lot of companions can write down. So,
No, no,
and
no.
also a lot of
My friend,
other companions
focus with
can
my
also
question. You are not
read.
answering. My friend, focus with me. Take it easy. Did
Okay.
Allah promise Muhammad just to help you? Because if Allah did not promise Muhammad to remember the Quran
Okay.
perfectly, then we
Brother,
can
I have a
say
lot of, brother,
so.
I
Did
have also a lot of
did
query
did did
against
Allah
Christianity.
did Allah promise
Brother,
Muhammad
I
not
have
to
a
forget
lot
the
of,
after you answer this one, please? Did Allah promise
brother, I have
Muhammad?
also a question.
Well, let's finish the topic. Did Allah
Yeah.
promise Muhammad not to forget the Quran?
Yes, he never forget.
It says here it was supposed to be forgotten.
No, it was a situation, a small situation.
That's it. He forgot.
So Allah's again heard Allah's make him a situation that he heard from someone.
My friend,
So what's the
situation or
problem?
not, if I go to
Again,
if
give him.
if you
Allah
ask
again.
me now, can you tell me what you said yesterday? And I say I forgot. Situation is I forgot. Situation, not situation, he
So Allah
forgot.
create a situation that he cannot forget. No problem.
Okay, so
So here is another
did Allah promise
surah.
Muhammad?
This
My
surah,
friend, focus,
this
focus, focus with
this
me.
hadith also I can put in front of you.
All right.
Okay, if you claim that Allah promised that Hazrat Muhammad not forget, then this hadith is my proof that you see if Hazrat Muhammad forget, okay, Allah give him a situation that he will not forget.
You are trying to avoid my question. I'm saying, did Allah
Okay.
anywhere promise Muhammad not to forget the Quran?
Yes, of course.
So
And
how
we can also
how he
please.
forgot the Quran? How he promised him? How he promised him never forget the Quran? And you are saying to me in this situation he forgot the Quran.
Never forget a Quran. Okay, where
He
he
did. It's in
said,
the front of you. It's in the
where he
front of
should
you.
use the word never.
Huh?
In which ayah he used the word never?
Oh, you are saying the Quran never say never.
No. You said that Allah says never forget.
So if there's no verses, if there's no verse now, are you using that against me as a weakness in my argument? How I can find you a verse says, how in the world I will find you now a verse saying that I gave you Quran and you will not forget?
Okay, brother. You can understand it. It's okay. If you don't like Islam, no problem.
No. Focus with me. Focus with me. You are asking me to create a verse for you, saying to me, where is the verse saying that I gave you Quran and you will not forget it? So you are asking me to create a verse
You
to
already
prove
said,
that.
brother. You listen. You give me a hadith where it clearly mentions when Hazrat Muhammad forgets some hadith, Allah's give him a situation, create a situation that he will not forget. So how can you say that Allah wants Hazrat Muhammad to forget something if he says that?
I don't understand. You ask me to provide you a proof from the Quran that Allah, He said, I will give you Quran and you will never forget. You said that to me. And I told you how I can find that. So are you saying because Allah did not say you will not forget the Quran, this is why Muhammad he forgot in this case the Quran?
No. You use the word never. So I said where it mentions never.
Okay, so if it mentioned never, that means we are in trouble. Well, this is the verse in the Quran. Allah, He said never. He said to him, سَنُقْرُؤُكَ فَلَا تَنْسَ. We are going to give you the Quran and you recite it and you will never forget it.
So this is my brother, this hadith proves that, for example, Hazrat Muhammad forget, Allah create a situation that he not forget.
What? A second ago, you are challenging me to show you where in the Quran it says you never forget.
You
And
want
now
to
I
think
mentioned the
that
Quran say, سنقرأك فلا تنسى. And now you are saying situation. What? We got the situation. A second ago, you challenged me.
Okay.
Everybody heard you.
Okay.
Everybody heard
Okay,
you.
brother.
Saying
Okay, brother.
that, you know, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
brother.
Uh-huh.
Okay, brother. But I want to listen. I want to tell you
Yeah.
that if, for example, if Allah, or according to Islamic ideology, if Allah creates a situation, what's the problem?
My friend, a second ago you challenged me. You said where in the Quran it says Allah will not make you forget. Well, the Quran says so. Same time in the hadith in front of you it says, I caused to be forgotten. Who is the one who caused Muhammad to forget?
Who maybe the evil sources, but Allah
Shaitan?
create a situation.
So who is the one you think?
Shaitan is an evil source.
Okay, so who is the one who made Muhammad forget? Allah or Shaitan? It's for the benefit of
Maybe.
who? It's for the benefit of who to forget the Quran? Allah or Shaitan?
No. Shaitan tried to do that, but Allah stopped him. So no problem.
I see. Well, here we go. The Quran says that in chapter 87, verse number 6, we will give you the Quran. We will give you the
Okay.
Quran and you will not forget it. So who is the one who caused Muhammad to forget?
Okay, I told you that Allah creates a situation. He proves what he said, he
So are you
proves.
saying to me that the one who made Muhammad forget the Quran is Allah?
He proves, because if he said something, for example, okay, I can give you another example. For example, if I said I will do justice, then we have to create something that we have to find. Okay, I am doing justice.
So are you
For
saying to
example,
me your Allah, he created atmosphere for Muhammad to make him forget the Quran?
no problem. He just to prove his verse, no problem.
Okay, but who is the one who caused Muslim to forget Quran? Allah or Shaitan?
It depends upon human. Sometimes they do that, but according to Islamic ideology, human and evil sources together do something bad.
But here in the verse it says, Allah, he said, I will recite the Quran for you and you will never forget.
Okay, so what happened?
So who it happened? I'm asking you, is it Shaitan who make him forget the Quran?
I don't know,
Or
because in this hadith, in this hadith, it is not mentioned. Hazrat Muhammad will never, the Prophet Muhammad, apostle, messenger, he
okay,
never says that who
all
will
right,
do that. But he
okay,
just said, I
okay. But
forget,
you
and
said to
it
me, Allah created a special situation. You said that 100 times. So now you are
because okay,
so you accused
according to
so
Bible,
you
Allah never
accused
created
Allah
situation for
you
sisters.
accused
Okay,
Allah that he is the one who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran. Everybody heard you
okay,
saying Allah,
okay,
he
brother.
caused this specific situation. Allah, he made a special atmosphere.
Okay, okay, I will prove it to you from your Bible that it happens so many times in Bible
Ah,
as well.
so in the Bible it says that Jesus, he forgot the Quran.
No, no, not
Ah,
forgot the Quran, but some different scenarios.
okay. When you say that you forget the Quran, is that you forgetting to remember the word of Allah?
First of all, if you believe something
Uh-huh.
which you already believe, and then you want to make some other laws for another belief, is that right, or is that hypocrisy?
What is that? Sorry again.
If you believe something which is already in your scripture,
Uh-huh.
but you, when you want to see another scripture, you have same queries which is already present in your scripture. So can we say it hypocrisy, hypocritic statement?
Yeah, you can say this is what the Muslim they do, because the Muslim they say that their book is not corrupt, and now we are seeing that their prophet himself never remember his book. So how you say we memorize the Quran by heart, and you
What
keep
do you
him
claim?
bragging about
Muslim
it?
said what? Muslim said what?
The Muslim they say the Quran is preserved, but even their prophet himself could not preserve the Quran.
Okay, so no problem. Where is written that he just forget? If you
I
want to
just
see
showed
that
you. I just showed you. So what we are
so okay,
talking
you
about?
show me. So you show me the reference where it confirms that the Allah creates a situation that a messenger will not forget. So what's the
It's,
problem?
it says in chapter 87, verse number 6, it says,
Listen, this
Allah will
hadith
not
is
make Muhammad forget.
not me.
So Allah
Understand?
could not, keep his promise.
Okay, this hadith is favoring me, because from this hadith we can conclude that if someone forget, Allah create a situation. So he do promise
What
what he
situation,
said.
my friend? He promised you, if I promise you that you will not forget. And why Allah will Muhammad to forget? You tell me. Give me a reason Allah want
Okay,
Muhammad to forget what he sent him.
okay. So this is the problem. Sometimes I want to tell you like that, because if we are talking in Urdu language, then it was very easy to make you understand. But in English,
And if I
it's
am
very
talking to you in Arabic language, the language of Allah will make it way easier to make you go crazy. So now don't play the game of languages.
no, no, no.
We are speaking English. Me and you, both of us, English is not our first language. But this is not an excuse. Still, we can communicate. So I'm asking you, why Allah
brother,
wanna cause Muhammad to forget the Quran? Give me the reason.
okay, I'm giving you. Wait a minute. If someone has some attributes, and we have to see his attributes, then we must have a situation. Do
Why
you understand?
Allah? Why Allah created the situation? What is the benefit for Allah to make His prophet forget his Quran?
Do you believe on evil sources or evil?
So are you saying to me Allah is evil sources?
Brother, I'm explaining you from another example. Do you believe that evil is present in this world?
Well, we will talk about evil after you answer who is the one who caused Muhammad. Why you
Evil
are
is
talking
present.
about evil sources unless you
Brother,
want to say that the one who made the Quran forgotten is shaitan?
okay.
So who is the one? Let me repeat my question. Who is the one who caused Muhammad to be forgetting the Quran? Allah or shaitan?
Uh, this is not mentioned here, so that's why I'm quiet, because I'm not.
Okay,
I don't
I
know.
am
If you
going.
know,
I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you.
if you know, you can tell me.
Huh?
If you know, you can tell me.
Oh, no problem. I'm learning from you. You know. Here we go. So if we go in the Quran, let us open this Quran page here, and then we will find some verses saying that the one who caused you to forget the Quran is shaitan. Shaitan, my friend. So who is the
Okay,
one who caused Muhammad to forget the Quran?
okay. So okay, this verse will be okay. Okay, you are right. So what's the problem?
Okay. So the one who caused you to forget the Quran is shaitan. Do we agree?
Okay, another.
So you agree now?
Okay, go on, brother. Go on.
Okay.
Okay.
No, tell me, Galiwali. I want you to agree. Agree or not?
I
Do you
said
agree?
okay. I
Huh?
said already okay.
No, don't tell me okay. I say I agree.
Okay, I agree.
All right.
Because you give me the proof. No problem.
All right. Chapter 6, verse number 68. Chapter 12, verse number 42. Chapter 6, verse 112. Chapter 18, chapter 18, verse number 63. Chapter 58, verse number 19. So Allah,
Okay.
shaitan is the one who make you forget. So all those speak about shaitan causing you to forget. So do we agree now?
Yes, I already told you. Okay.
All
Now,
right.
go
But
on. What you said, I know very well. But you
so now
want to explain
do we
that.
agree, me and you, now that the one who caused Quran to be forgotten is shaitan?
But Allah will never help. Okay, Allah will create a situation that it will never happen.
But we just saw Muhammad, he forgot the Quran.
For example, brother, listen. For example, if someone want to do something with me, it's okay. He tries, but another one stop it. So what's the problem here?
No, already he forgot. What stop it? He forgot.
So Allah create a situation. He not forgot.
Okay.
Can you understand?
So are you saying that the Prophet he been caused to forget the Quran by shaitan, and then Allah made that man recite the Quran so the Prophet will remember it?
Can you again question?
So are you saying that when the Prophet forgot the Quran, Allah is
Okay.
not the one who made him forget, it was shaitan, but Allah made the man recite the Quran so the Prophet will remember it?
Yes, Allah create a situation.
Okay, I asked you before, if your decision is made by you or by Allah, you said by me. So now you are saying to me that the man when recite the Quran, it was not his decision, it was the decision of Allah. So now we are going back to zero. So destiny, even for this person who recite the Quran, it was a destiny. That's number one. Number two, don't tell me no, don't tell me no. Listen,
No.
do Allah cause anyone,
No.
my friend,
I understand what you are talking about. I can explain it. No problem. Okay, go on. You just speak, then I'll talk.
do you believe Allah can cause anyone to forget the Quran? Drink, yeah.
I think
You sound bad.
Yes,
Huh?
of course, Allah also can do that if He want to remove some verses which are just for the situation which is created at that time. Allah
So
says
why
something.
Allah? So how you Muslim you lie to us saying that the Quran is a preserve? It turned to be that even Allah don't want the Quran to preserve, because you just said Allah will cause the Muslim to forget the Quran for some situation, but that means the Quran is not preserved. Allah He gave
No,
Quran,
no.
and then after He gave Quran, He caused you to forget the
Okay.
Quran.
Okay, I will give you the example, then you can easily
I
understand.
have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. The cross before me, the world behind me. The cross before me, the world